Y'all don't hate wasting money enough for me. We waste so much money on sweeps. It is unbelievable. Hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars, are wasted on every single sweep. Not only is this a cruel practice, but it's also inefficient. It doesn't work, and it just creates redundancy in the bureaucratic systems that govern us, because at the end of the day, the homeless people that you sweep, they're going to end up back in that spot you probably swept them from. So what are you spending the millions of dollars for? What are you spending the thousands of dollars for? Where are they supposed to go? I work in Alameda County, and people here who are disabled, clinically disabled, who are seeking SSI, are able to actually stay on general assistance for more than the 3-month allotment. That sounds great, doesn't it? Until you realize that general assistance is $336 a month. Food stamps is about $294 a month. So that's a grand total of a month. That's not a lot of money, especially not in the Bay Area, especially not in Oakland, not in San Francisco. And these are only the people who are disabled enough to qualify for continued assistance. Most of us, if we need general assistance, we only can get it for 3 months. So the people who are able to qualify for these funds here in Alameda County are people who are seeking SSI, which usually allots you somewhere in this range every single month. How do you pay rent on that? How do you buy groceries on that? I have to mention that if you win your SSI case and you get that amount, your food stamp allotment is knocked down to around $70 a month. So instead of making $294 in your food stamps, you make around $80 a month. How do you afford to live a healthy life? It seems like the cruelty is the point. The cruelty is the point. This is not actually the case for most quote-unquote developed countries on this planet. Most people provide healthcare for their citizens. They provide a basic social safety net. It's not even really providing for their citizens so much as it's providing a value for their taxpayers. On average, Americans spend a lot of money on their taxes, but we tend to see very few results from that. I really do think that we need to hold ourselves to a higher standard and hold our elected representatives to a higher standard. That starts at home. That starts with your local representatives. That starts with going to your local city council meeting and telling them, no, we demand better for ourselves and for our neighbors. We also have to keep an eye on our elected officials, because take AB 630 for example. This bill is to address RV encampments and homelessness, but really it is a pretext in order to sweep RVs and take away people's property with the sanction of not only Californian politicians, but the governor himself. This bill is actually sitting on the governor's desk right now, and it likely will be signed. Look at the language here. AB 630 proposes the expedited removal and responsible disposal of impounded RVs valued under $4,000 to break the cycle, expanding upon existing law that allows for RVs valued at $500 or less to be dismantled without lien sales. By taking these unsafe vehicles off the streets, the bill seeks to address environmental and public safety concerns, including blocked roadways, illegal waste disposal, fire risks, and criminal activity associated with RV encampments. This is exactly how they pit housed people against the unhoused. They tell the housed people that they're doing the safe and the sane method for addressing the issues that they have, while making bills that are essentially criminalizing poverty. The oligarchs are hoping that they can just jail us, incarcerate us, make us so desperate that we will take anything, because a slave force is an easily controlled population. It's a population that doesn't have time to strike, that doesn't have time to progress, that doesn't have time to protest. A population that's fighting each other for scraps does not have time to turn on its master. I do think there are valid concerns about having so many unhoused, unsheltered people on the streets, but would you prefer that folks are being taken care of, getting access to the services that they need? Or would you rather that they end up in and out of jail? If you can't think of it from an empathetic perspective, think about it from a logical, efficient point of view. That's all. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon.